Hey everybody, welcome to another video here on the 67 Stang channel. So you may remember if you watched the last one where I put in the new LED taillights and bezels, I mentioned we had some other parts, including a new bumper and new parts for the front end. So we're going to get to putting that on right now. But first we got to take off the old one, so we'll get that off. And anyway, let's see what all we got and get this thing going, shall we? Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, hopefully you can see me. Anyway, to take off the bumper, well, let me back up. First, what we're going to do is we're going to replace the bumper. I've got new trim to go around the grill opening, and this inner part here I've got new to put in, so we're going to replace all of that as well. So we got a new bumper because this one's a little rough, so we're going to take it off. That's where I'm going to start, is taking off the bumper. So to take off the bumper, you've got 4 bolts here that you can see. Now there's also up under here on the edges on the side where it goes into the fender, 2 bolts there. Now mine does not have those. Those I did, for whatever reason, I didn't put those in at some point. So hopefully I can replace those when I put the new bumper in. So, but I've got it. These particular bolts, there is a bracket. I'm going to actually bring you up under here and let you see what I'm talking about underneath with this and the brackets that are there. So let me turn this on. Go, and I'll bring you up under here with my phone camera, and we can take a look. Okay, so now we're coming up under the car, and you can see this is where that bolt comes in. So this bolt that you see right there comes through right under there, and then there's another one right there, and then of course on the other side, and then this is one of the bumper brackets there, and of course you see it there. So I'm going to pull those off. They are let's see here, 11/16 is what I think they are. So we'll get those pulled off, and that should allow us to pull this bumper off. You can see the rust underneath there. This is not the original bumper. I actually replaced this back in 1988, I think, when I was still a teenager. So not the original one. Apparently the original one is up over my dad's garage still, also in bad shape. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this pulled off, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. Stitching. It's off. That one's off. Okay. Oh, maybe I do have it on that side. I didn't think I had any of those in there. Let's see. I may be mistaken. Oh, I do have it on this side. Okay. Let's bring you in and take a look at that. Okay guys, this one is on the far end. Comes into the fender. See, there's a bracket up in here. And there's a screw that goes up in right there, which I think is 1/2 inch. So I'll take that off. See that? Either 1/2 inch or 9/16. Well, we'll find out. Okay, lesson learned. If you haven't had this bumper off in a while and you try to pull out the screws that go into the fenders, you're going to get a lot of rust. Put some eye protection on. Even with glasses, I was getting stuff all into my eyes. So anyway, now, and do the fender bolts first. Don't do the bracket bolts first. Just a recommendation. With that, the old bumper comes off. And now you can see this other bracket that's in here that I'll need to take off, I think, and transfer to the other bumper. But let's go get the other bumper out of the box, see what it looks like. By the way, this one, I mean, this has held up pretty good given the age and whatnot, but this was actually made in Japan by Norden Distributors, or I guess distributed by Norden Distributors in Blaine, Washington. So that's kind of interesting. I believe I got this from Mustangs Unlimited, or Mustangs of Atlanta, which doesn't exist anymore. But anyway, so let's get the other bumper out and take a look at, and we can compare this old Repro bumper to the new one. I really hope they have better back. I'm going to clean these brackets up for sure. Anyway, let's do that. Okay, so we got the new bumper from CJ Pony Parts that I got for Christmas. Out of the box here. Out of the way. It's wrapped in styrofoam protector stuff. would help to have a utility knife, which I have. Just have it with me. Let me go grab it back. Okay. Cut that. Hopefully that will do it. Okay, the new bumper. Let's see here. This one was made in Taiwan as opposed to Japan. Okay, well, let's bring the other one in. It does not have any of the brackets, so I will have to transfer the bracket in. Let's check. Shape seems to be pretty close in there. I would definitely say that this one feels heavier to me. Just feels. Obviously I don't have a scale on it, but the old reproduction is heavier. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is pull those end brackets off, work on getting those cleaned up. I think my wife got me a bolt kit too. I got to see about that. Maybe it has new brackets in it, but we'll find out. I'm not going to film pulling brackets off and cleaning them and painting them because that's something you've seen, you can do. But I'm going to do that, and then while the paint is drying for that, we'll start pulling off those other pieces on the front grill. So, okay, well, let's go get that done. But again, just remember this bumper, new bumper here, which has some, okay, those are, I thought these were scratches on here. I'm not sure if you can, let me go get my phone and kind of show you up close this thing. Yeah. This is what happens when you don't script these things, you just shoot from the hip. Okay, so looking at the new bumper, I thought these were scratches, but they just seem to be marks. If I rub them with my finger, they seem to come off on here. So this, like I said, coming up pretty good. There's the holes. See, there's that bracket there that's on the end. There's the hole for that one. You should note that, again, these are, see how these are holes? Let me flip this up. There's a loud bird. Shut up, bird. You don't listen very well. So these are square there. That's because the bolts to go in there. Look at this. You'll see it's squared off too. So anyway, that helps capture the bolt when you go to put the nuts on it. So anyway, as I said, I'm going to get back to pulling off that other bracket over there and the one down over there and getting that stuff cleaned up. I think there's the bird. I don't know if you can see that under my wife's car. He's kind of, oh, there he is. He's all making all the noise, I think. No? Maybe. Anyway, I digress. Let me get at this now. Okay, guys, so I've gone ahead and pulled the outer chrome trim pieces there off. They had these little nuts that were 3/8, And they have these little special trim retainers. Some of mine are pretty messed up, so I may have to go order some new ones to get these before I can get that in. Now I'm taking this surround out here. There are supposed to be some screws that go into the grill. You can see mine are missing. That happens with an old car. But then it has all of these around the outside. Like I said, a couple that go to the grill. And those little nuts that are there are this size here, which is a 5/16. So that socket is, if you can see that, a 5/16. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off while all my brackets and stuff are drying. You see I primed the brackets there with had some rust on that just to keep the rust away. And now let's go ahead and pulling these off here. So anyway, let me get that off and we'll take a look. Okay, so we've got the whole surround out here. Now, again, a couple of things I find out as I take things apart, because, you know, of course, I don't bother to see if there are directions. I do have a shop manual in here that I only reference if I absolutely positively can't figure something out. But a couple of things to note, that these surrounds here, you can see you have two tabs on there with some clip nuts on them. Those do correspond to tabs in the grill. Okay, so you will have to do those, and they're the same smaller, what I was telling you before, size of that. So that was something interesting to note. Then this centerpiece that is here that ties all of that together. This was interesting. You can see it just has these two studs on here that then has these little clips that just kind of pop on. I was trying to find the one that fell off on the, anyway, doesn't matter. So that will pop off with a little applied pressure. And that, the front one goes through that hole that you see there. So this is adjustable. That back one, I really don't know what the hell that goes into, other than I do note that these pieces here have little indentions on that for that to go into. So yes, there is that. So now I'm going to clean up where this all goes up here, and we'll get the new ones out and get them put on and see how well this does. I can't reach that through there. Oh, okay. So anyway, let me go get that all cleaned up, and we'll get this, at least this new part. I don't know, like I said, that surrounding chrome trim, I think I'm gonna have to order some parts. So then we may have to finish this one up later. Okay, so we got that all cleaned up, looking so much better there. So I think we're ready to go put in our new surround pieces that I've had for a long time. I've had these for over a year now. So yes, I got these from CJ Pony Parts. So this one is the driver's side, and then I have the passenger side sitting there. Kind of see some of the chrome pieces back there that I don't think I'm going to get to put on. But oh, and there's the centerpiece. So we're going to go ahead and get these opened up and put on in here, like so. So let's see how well these look compared to those down there. So actually, let me open them up and do that comparison real quick so you can see the difference. Okay, guys, so you can see the difference between what's left of the gray here and all of that. I'm trying to compare the tabs there. Now I will say these tabs are not very strong, and This one was bent over and I just had to fold it back out. I'm not sure if it came that way from CJ or if I did it with sticking stuff up there on the shelf. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and put these in. Notice I'm going to take the clip nuts off that, put those on here for mounting it into the grill. Although I do have a grill mounting thing here. I'll look in there and see, maybe that has some of the same clips in it. I see some clips in there, but I don't know if they're the same ones. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, let me get putting this on and see what we got. Okay, so we got the new surround in. Couple things I'll note. Again, remember I've had these for well over a year, probably a year and a half or so now. It does appear that to me that although these both came from CJ, that the driver's side and the passenger side panels may not have been made by the same manufacturer, whoever CJ contracts that with. The driver's side seemed to be, to me, a better quality part, even though I mentioned the tabs being kind of bent. But again, that may have been me putting it up, not a reflection on CJ. I think it could have been me, because the passenger side one, I noticed that there's this imperfection here, which again, it's probably too late for me to ask CJ for a refund, because I didn't look at it when I got it. That was my bad. I should have checked it, but it's been so long. I'm sure I'm probably SOL there. Also, the overall fitment of how it fit in here compared to that side, to the driver's side, was not nearly as good over here. Now, having said that, this is not an original headlight bezel panel, whatever that's called, right? This is a replacement part that I put on here again, I think in the 80s. That is an original. So it could be a replacement part fitment with original fitment issue. I don't know, but like I said, this side just didn't seem as well quality as this side. Also, the holes, remember on this original, right, we had those little half moon things there that should line up for that connector piece to go in. They did not line up at all. I had to finagle that to fit in there. I mean, honestly, I just used that's not it. Here it is. I just kind of used my little pick all thing here to kind of make them so it worked. Not a big deal, not hard, just, it is. We'll say this, putting this piece in would have been a lot easier with this piece not in the way. If I had taken a corral out of there, it would have been easier, but I didn't. So anyway, so we got that on. Now we're gonna get ready to put our bumper back on. And that will be all we can do, because as I said, I've got to get those new connectors that go for that chrome ring that goes around in here, because mine are all boogered up, to use the technical term. So anyway, let me get the bumper put together. Got to put those brackets on for the ends and get it going. So let's make that happen. Okay, guys, I guess I lied. The kit for those new chrome pieces around the grill, the insert area, whatever you would call that, actually came with the clips. I did not realize it. Now, having said that, again, just like I was saying with the insert, I think the chrome pieces, the left and the right, were made by two different manufacturers. The driver's side one I got, now keep in mind, I bought these all at the same time from CJ Pony Parts. The nuts and all that for the clips were all the same size as the original one, I think 3/8, whereas the passenger side were a different nut, 11/32, anyway, something smaller, and they were crap. So this is one of those. Of those, half of them broke like this when I tried to put them in. So I actually had to reuse, luckily I had, two good ones from my original ones. So I used those on that side to hold it in, whereas all of the ones that were on the driver's side did perfectly fine. I said it was very easy to go on. But now I think with the new bumper, that new surround and chrome trim pieces, I think she looks good. I'm now going to have to replace the one that goes across the hood, I think, because it's not as pretty. I tell you, the struggles of restoring an old car, right? I mean, keep buying parts and tools and things like that, right? So anyway, guys, I hope you like the way it turned out. You know, I think she looks really good. Once again, you know, we still had some issues, so I didn't film all this, but trying to get that new bumper to fit was problematic, to say the least. The brackets, especially the ones towards the inside, just were not in the right places. They don't adjust like the ones on the outer side have some adjustment in them, or flex. So that was problematic, but you know, I got it on there. I did not get the brackets on the side done. Those take a little bit of finagling, but they really weren't connected before, so I figured no harm, no foul. So with that, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope, again, your 2025 is off to a great start. We still have the luggage rack to put on, and, you know, we'll see what else comes. I saw some comments about a review for the sniper system, so I'll do that. Still got the window regulators and everything like that. So with that, guys, I thank y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, those look pretty dang good. Pretty good, nice and shiny. Very good. Only wanted to see the lights in the dark. Sorry, the damn garage door light won't quit coming on. But there you go.